This is Chelsea and Lori coming to you for the EDU 360 Digital Media Project, presenting on the final part of To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee.
Is Jem awake yet? Sleeping peacefully. He won't be awake until morning. Oh, are you sitting up with him? Just for an hour or so. Go to bed, Scout. You've had a long day. Well, I think I'll stay with you for a while. Suit yourself,
said Atticus. It must have been after midnight, and I was puzzled by his amiable acquiescence. He was shrewder than I. However, the moment I sat down, I began to feel sleepy.
What's your reading?
I asked. Atticus turned the book over.
Something of Jem's, called The Gray Ghost.
I was suddenly awake.
Why'd you get that one? Honey, I don't know. Just picked it up. One of the few things I haven't read,
he said pointedly.
Read it out loud. Please, Atticus. It's real scary. No, he said. You've had enough scaring for a while. This is too... Atticus, I wasn't scared.
He raised his eyebrows, and I protested.
Leastway, not till I started telling Mr. Tate about it. Jem wasn't scared. Asked him, and he said he wasn't. Besides, nothing's real scary except in books.
Atticus opened his mouth to say something, but shut it again. He took his thumb from the middle of the book and turned back to the first page. I moved over and leaned my head against his knee. He said.
The Gray Ghost by Secretary Hawkins, Chapter 1.
I willed myself to stay awake, but the rain was so soft and the room was so warm and his voice was so deep and his knee was so snug that I slept. Seconds later, it seemed, his shoe was gently nudging my ribs. He lifted me to my feet and walked me to my room.
Heard every word you said,
I muttered.
Wasn't sleep at all. Something about a ship and three-fingered Fred and Stoner Boy.
He unhooked my overalls, leaned me against him, and pulled them off. He held me up with one hand and reached for my pajamas with the other.
Yeah, and they all thought it was Stoner Boy messing with their clubhouse and throwing ink all over it, and...
He guided me to the bed and sat me down. He lifted my legs and put me under the cover.
And they chased him and never could catch him, 'cause they didn't know what he looked like. And Atticus, when they finally saw him, why, he hadn't done any of those things. Atticus, he was real nice.
His hands were under my chin, pulling up the cover, tucking it around me.
Most people are, Scout, when you finally see them.
He turned out the light and went into Jim's room. He would be there all night, and he would be there when Jem waked up in the morning.